If you want to gain an AWS experience by doing AWS hands-on project, you are in the right place. In this amazing YouTube series, I'm going to show you a step-by-step how to build and launch a serverless invoice scanner in AWS, the most advanced cloud solution today. We're going to start with a simple AWS Lambda function, connect to AWS Bedrock in order to get all the information from a simple invoice that was submitted in your local computer up to a full scalable and secure solution in AWS using AWS Lambda, using AWS API Gateway, using AWS DynamoDB, AWS Bedrock, using S3, QSNS, SQS, AWS Amplify for frontend, all the serverless solution that AWS provides for you. So stay tuned, we're about to start, and feel free to subscribe. Hey guys, welcome back. So in this YouTube series for AWS hands-on project, you will learn how to build a full AWS serverless invoice scanner from scratch in AWS Cloud. You're going to connect a Vue.js local app, upload it to AWS Amplify, connect it to API Gateway, and connect it to AWS Lambda, plus AWS DynamoDB, and plus many other services. You're going to process upload with S3 and AI extraction using AWS Bedrock. You will understand the difference between async and sync backend design, and you're going to implement that. And you're going to learn how to build secure, monitor, and scale your app like a pro. This AWS series is for beginner and new cloud developer who want to learn by building. Anyone looking to understand AWS through real hands-on project. No pure AWS or development experience is needed. You're gonna learn step by step from your first upload to a full AI-powered serverless system. You're gonna learn how to connect front-end with real AWS backend. This is great for those who want to explore AI integration with AWS Bedrock. This is a very real, very rich in resource AWS hands-on project. So let's go to the next step. So as I said at the beginning, this is the AWS series. It means you're gonna have different video every week. The first video we start with step one. We're gonna have a local Vue.js app on our local computer with AWS Lambda that have there the code in order to process a invoice that we're gonna upload, and it will be connected to AWS Bedrock in order to gain the insight that we need from the invoice and send it back to our local Vue.js app. In the second video of this area, we're gonna learn about AWS DynamoDB and NoSQL in the cloud database in AWS. We're gonna learn about how to launch a new table, how to create a scheme, and how to save data and get data from the AWS DynamoDB, and we're gonna connect it to our AWS Lambda, so our front-end app will be able to pull information related to the last invoice that we just uploaded, and basically we'll turn our web application to a persist web application where we can save information and pull them later on. In the third video of this series, we're gonna take the one AWS Lambda function that we had and we're gonna split it to 5 different ones in order to support a thing that called CRUD. CRUD is basically create, retrieve, update, or delete API REST API command, very familiar, and this is what we're going to do. We're gonna split our AI AWS Lambda to 5 different Lambda that each one will deal with different requests. This is what we usually do when we want to build a scalable backend solution for our web application. We want to split those API requests so it's not gonna cause any overload on any specific AWS Lambda. Step 4 in our AWS hands-on project for beginner, we're gonna introduce with API Gateway. Basically, instead of making requests to each AWS Lambda separately using AWS Lambda URL, we're gonna redirect everything to AWS Gateway, and this is gonna be our gate for authentication, for authorization, for rate limit. Everything will be guarded by the AWS API Gateway. This is the right way to secure our web solution by using that. In step number 5, we're gonna take our local Vue.js and gonna give it respect. We're gonna let it have its own space in AWS Serverless solution. We're gonna upload it to AWS Amplify, web front-end solution for our web application. We're gonna show you a step-by-step how to do it, and then connect this web application, connect the AWS Amplify to make requests to API gateway. Very cool, and this is where we like basically disconnecting from our local computer and have a full solution in AWS. And in video number 6 in this area, we're gonna show you how to build a async solution for our invoice scanner. So we're not gonna wait for a response for our server. We're just gonna keep uploading and uploading invoices, and once it's ready, it's gonna send back to our front end. It's gonna save all the result, of course, in our DynamoDB. And this way, we're gonna learn how to build a sync and async solution for our web application in order for it to be scalable and better fit for a future expand with other front-end solution that we're gonna show you now in step number 7. So as we said, we splitted our front end from backend and we created a async solution. So now we can use a Telegram bot, or it can be even a WhatsApp. It can be different front-end solution in order to keep uploading invoice from your social media application, and all of them will be sent to AWS, a serverless solution that you have the invoice scanner, and will be visible for you in your front end in AWS Amplify. And of course, we're going to have more and more videos in this area. We're going to learn about AWS CloudWatch, how to monitor, how to create alert. We're going to learn about AWS IAM, how to make sure each resource has the permission and the access for the other resource in AWS Cloud, also AWS CloudTrail, and many, many more AWS services. This is amazing opportunity for beginner who want to gaining AWS experience for free. Everything will be available in our GitHub, Scale Up SaaS. The link will be available in the description below. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, and follow to the rest of the video. Please like, subscribe, and leave comment below, and keep following because I'm gonna release more and more amazing videos about AI, about AWS, about DevOps, about a lot of interesting stuff. Thank you so much.